Okay, so the preliminary work and research is pretty much done. Welcome, this is Subjective Content, Joey speaking, and we are going to be designing the Hylian Knight for my project, Hyrule at War. So, basically, I've done reading up on the lore and backstory of the Hylian Knights. They're essentially a knight order uh, that's sworn to protect the Hylian royal family and are basically giant badasses. I found some concept art of them here for A Link to the Past. That is sick. That is just badass. But looks like they're more like Roman, Greco-Roman inspired in this one. So I mean, this arguably could be considered a bassinet, but the common trend, and I'm not looking at non-canon material, um, is an armet helmet. I found this cool looking German style one. The reference. I mean, these are technically dark nuts, but I don't. I don't see why um there would be much difference between the highly and Fleet Knight and dark nuts because they're supposed to be corrupted knights. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. I'm not the Zelda lore expert. My buddy Chase is, and that's a long story. But anyway, I have this model here just to save time because at the concept art stage, I mean, who the flippity flappity fuck cares if you do everything from imagination? It's imagination is overrated. References are king. But the trick is don't be beholden to the 3D model. It's just there as a guide. So let's start with the helmet. And obviously we're not going to copy this helmet directly. We're obviously going to make wrong brush. We're going to make deviations and make it fit with the actual lore and stuff of the knights. So, and then too, I kind of like the bar right there. Kind of is that like this? Goes like this. Like this. Bada bing, bada boom. And my when I do art, it's always really rough at first. It's a preliminary sketch on the first layer, and then you refine over a series of multiple layers. I'm not one of those people who can uh, do like a perfect thing on one layer. It's also pretty late too, so this might not be the best time to do this. The nose is right here, so actually should fall that and bam, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And then we can always take the model and turn it off. But I mostly want to show people that most artists can't do the crazy stuff you see other like art YouTubers do. Like I don't know what to call them, entertainment artists. Um, or I could be this. I could be this terrible. Um, I don't know. Here, back to the nose. Here, you be here, and come down this way. Okay. There we go. And then now, this is the bar. And then I'll like shade in here so it looks dark. Someone's wearing it. Okay. Now, gonna do this. That. Okay. And if I there's a time where I stop talking or anything, I'll just speed it up. This is just the first thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just getting the proportions down and everything else that I can tie it down in another layer. I just want it to look right enough for now. Now, I assume like most Zelda fans, you follow Zelda and his video on what these things are. I don't necessarily think the style is definitely Hylian and should be incorporated into the design, but the proportions are not for a human and probably wouldn't. The this design would be expected to be worn by Hylian Knight. Now this one is pretty. I like this one. It's not perfectly designed for function. I mean, not aesthetically, it's beautiful, but functionally, like they're the plate gaps. I don't know if this is a tunic or mail. It's gonna be mail with us because that'd be ridiculous. And then I can't tell if this is chainmail, like hauberk coming down here, or if these are like leggings. But for us, this is gonna be hauberk. This will probably be like like a Waffen Rock surcoat. And then obviously we'll actually put folds because nobody puts folds. And I don't understand. I like them. They look cool. Cause yeah, this breastplate is going way too down. Okay, so without further ado, enough rambling. that a gorget coming down? I mean, it should be. Gorgets are very, very nice. They protect your neck and chest from bad, bad things. And then just put that, and then that, and then that. Draw the form. And draw through it. Yeah, indicate that form. Yippee. Okay. Now we go the other way. And then, I don't know, maybe there's like this thing, whatever it's called. I have pictures on my phone of, I went to the Maximilian exhibit at the Met when they were doing that, because there was no way in hell I was going to miss that. And I took a shit ton of reference pictures, and I never put them on my computer, so I'm gonna get around to doing that. Okay. That. There we go. And then breastplates in real life are spherical. So, and they end about like above this point. So you can actually bend. So about here, and spherical shapes can help deflect from the from blows. I don't quite get the physics myself, but I just know that it works. So obviously this is gonna be chainmail. Since they're knights, I mean it'll be tapered. And they're gonna have elbows. I'm not really gonna see, so we'll go like that. And then probably strapped. And then got fan braces. Which I gotta find a reference for because I've not studied up on how they fit to the body quite yet. So far, looking, I won't say good, but looking decent. This. Now, it's like they're clamshell gauntlets. So, that makes me happy because clamshells are easy to draw compared to the more articulate gauntlets. Here. Fantastic. Hylian armor. And obviously, I'm gonna kit it out and with engravings and making it look sexy, like a knight should be. Okay. So then it's time to do some folds. Fold, 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 fold. Fold this. Okay, I'll shut up now. And then pick that overlap. And tunic comes down, or what should I call it? Tabard, fur coat. We'll make it similar to the Hylian soldier for the consistency. And then chainmail. Oh, nice. And full leg armor. Right now I'm just worrying about proportions, not trying to make it super accurate yet. And I'm like basically falling asleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's usually what time I go to bed now. Okay. I'm really looking. Not too it's a little weird because the top half is angled like it's like he's got 3/4, but here it's not really. I'll have to figure that out. Hello, it's Joey with subjective content, and here I am with I took my break, and we are. It was a whole day break, but a break nonetheless. We're continuing our design of the Hylian knight armor. So, looking at the references I pulled up, looks like they're more inspired by Italian white armor and jousting armor, because Look how thick this is. So, we don't really know if the Hylian Knights were a cavalry unit or not, but we in our Hyrule, we're gonna have cavalry. The Hylians need every advantage they can get. But they'll probably be a hybrid and fight equally on foot and horse. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this leg armor. Start with that. Okay. I remember I wanted to fix this because the shoulders are turned, but not the hips are not aligned. That's it. There we go. That's better. Alright. Without further ado. And I'm probably going to speed a lot of this up because there's really not much to add while I'm drawing and talking. If I mention something interesting, then obviously I'll unspeed the recording. Welcome back, guys. I may have gotten a little carried away and forgot to record the rest of the Hylian Knight design and even started shading the Hylian Soldier. So, I apologize for that. I mean, I still have to get, these clamshells. Now, interestingly enough, I have clamshell gauntlets myself that I could actually whip out and use as a reference. So I'll get around to that. But I think this video has gone on long enough. I also designed this sword based off the Hylian Knight sword. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet, because I'd have to do some thinking on the wieldiness on this. It'll act like a pendulum. It's basically the same as Alchemena's sword. And I guess there's a, I forgot the name, there's an African sword that has this shape as well. So I'll have to look into that and see how I feel about that. We'll do a video on more of this stuff coming up. But the plan is, then we gotta get the cavalry. I've reached out to a couple people I know and some other people for possible collaboration with the map making, because I'm not very good at maps. I mean, this is a map program I got on the Humble Bundle, and this is my attempt at obviously, like, this little part is into the Gerudo is based off of Constantinople going into the Turkeys. And then I thought a bit about how the three games I'm looking at for the Hyrule map is Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and a little bit of Breath of the Wild, but it's mostly Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time, because those are the games that I'm most familiar with. Right here's got the windmill, so just take a guess at what that could possibly be. Anyway, this is bad, and I admit it's bad. So if anyone knows maps and wants to help, because because I want to actually get into like possible battles and have like a little story to this world building. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to like really talk accurately about how the battles would play out if we don't have the geography and the economy laid out, which is tied to geography. Everything starts with geography, basically. Just ask the Romans. Anyway, this video has been going on long enough. If you enjoyed this content, please do like and subscribe and comment. That's good for the algorithm, apparently. And if you think that I can improve in any way, capacity for your entertainment, also feel free to let me know, because this channel is just as much as for you guys that it is me, my 4 subscribers. Thank you very much for your support.